Alright, what is up YouTube? This is IMAX G-Man here, back again with another Heretic video. Probably be the last Heretic video you're actually going to see in a while, unless I do something like really amazing and I show you like a screenshot or something. But, I digress. This is a match against Insektorz. Actually, it's more than a match, but yeah, so it started off with this guy hosting a duel, right? And he said he was on an 8-win streak. Now, I'm like, what deck could possibly be on an 8-win streak? Well, I thought about it. There's the mirror match, there's Insektorz, there's Dino Rabbit. Even after priority, they're still pretty good. There's maybe Dark Worlds and Heroes. I was interested, so I clicked on his name and he, accepted the game. So, came out, figured out he was playing Insektorz. Yeah. Insektorz have a pretty bad matchup against this deck, guys. I'm just letting you know. At the time I'm actually voicing this over, I just beat an Insektor deck again. So yeah, Hieratics have a really good matchup against Insektorz. But yeah, so I'm off doing my wombo combo shenanigans, and this guy's now just desperately digging for answers. And what do you know? I saw him Judgment and Insektor Dragonfly. Yeah, if you haven't seen my hero deck. Then you don't know, but I said this before, I like to Solemn Judgment stupid things like Insektor Dragonfly. Now, see, he admits defeat because of that Solemn Judgment, and yeah, the Heretics just overpower that deck really easily. I mean, outside of popping all your cards, which you can easily stop by just destroying the monster that they summon in order to equip Dragonfly. Like, if you stop Hornet or Centipede before they get their detach, like, unequip effects, they're pretty bad. It's a pretty bad deck. I mean, that's literally the only thing driving the deck. The Hopper by itself isn't enough. So, there you go. This guy is just doing a bunch of random stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I'm just gonna find a way to beat you anyway. So, he's running Gen X Ally Birdman, which I find is probably a pretty good tech. And he brings out a Black Rose, and I'm like, damn, I can't get around Black Rose. So, I end up passing my turn, pretty much after thinking for like a year and a half, and yeah, this is looking pretty bad for me at the meantime. I mean, at the moment, but as you see, he doesn't go for game, because obviously he can't go for game. But yeah, he can't do 8,000 to me this turn, so he's just gonna attack, and I'm just gonna have like 10 life points left. And yeah, I'm getting a little ahead of the game, so I guess I'll give you a brief update on the Heretic deck itself. My friend, Gas Crown, as you may know him on YouTube, I'm subscribed to him, go check him out, I guess. But yeah, he pulled a Hieratic Seal of Convocation and one of the last commons I need for the deck. So outside of that, all I need now is 1 Convocation and 3 Tefnis, and then the rest is just extra deck. I need everything for the extra deck, guys. But yeah, so it gets to my turn, I draw something I can normal summon, and I bring out Darkness Metal, right? And then he uses a lure because, he doesn't have anything to get around Darkness Metal, so he uses a lure, ends up not even getting a Dark, so he discards his hand. And I'm like, why would you use a lure without the Dark in your hand? But, anyway, I had the Max C in case he wanted to do anything stupid. But, yeah, and apparently he's running BLS too, and I'm like, I don't even see a light so far in your deck. I mean, outside of your extra deck. But yeah, I reborn his Black Rose because I'm a boss, and I'm using his own dragon to beat him down, which is kind of hilarious. And then I'm just hanging on by like a thread here because he could like draw some kind of combo that just destroys my entire field at any moment. But yeah, and then I see the Veiler, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. But anyway, hahaha, Solemn Judgment here in Insektor again. Yeah. It's pretty much game after that. I mean, I just beat him down too much, and he can't do anything. And what I usually would do is I would drop Max C right before I attacked, in case he wanted to drop Gores, because if he doesn't drop anything, it's game anyway. So in case he doesn't drop anything like the Gores, it's game, and if he does, I draw a card off of it, but that doesn't really matter that much. So we move on to game 3, even though I won games 1 and 2. And so, now I draw Treeborn Frog, and some of you may have been questioning earlier why I was running it. Well, you'll get to see why. I'm pretty sure that you get to see why I run it in this game. It's actually really useful. So he starts off by using Armageddon Knight and somehow banishing his Sangan. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Allure. Okay. And yeah, I'm just like taking it all because I'm like, yeah, whatever. I know he's not gonna FTK me. So yeah, he's just doing a bunch of stuff, reborn, blah blah blah, and he's basically determined to beat this deck. I mean, he was on an 8-win streak. He just lost 2 in a row. He's like, okay, well, odds are probably in my favor to win a game by now. So he goes off equipping Mantis and making them all as high as possible and overextending. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, you probably can't kill me this turn if you're doing all this. So yeah, whatever, I don't care. And he just goes on to attack me with the highest attack monster first, is what I'm pretty sure he did, which is something you never do. You never attack with your highest thing first. On the off chance that someone draws 1 out of 40 cards in their deck named Gore's Emissary of Darkness. So, with that in mind, you know, whatever. And IMST his whatever, face down in case it's a warning. I mean, not a warning. Yeah, in case it is a warning, so that he can't stop my normal summon or whatever. And so he ends up effect veiling my thing to pop his monster, and I'm like, whatever. I special summon Shu, and I just start doing the combo again. And by this point, I'm like, it's game, because he wasted his Veiler, and I doubt he drew to. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do a bunch of broken stuff, and, you know, do what heretics do, and just start to destroy people. And so, yeah, I go off attacking his Armageddon Knight, which probably was a stupid idea, because I probably should have attacked his Centipede, in case he wanted to go and equip Hornet, which he probably does here. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. He probably has one engraved already. Either way, whatever happens, you know, it doesn't really matter, because I'm just gonna negate... I mean, I'm just gonna stop Centipede before he even gets to use the effect. I even typed in stop this effect of Centipede. Well, yeah, it turns out he has another one in hand, and now he's just gonna do a bunch of stuff, and he's basically gonna get rid of my entire field except for that one broken card I have in my hand that people questioned why I ran before, and now you're about to see why Dragon's Mirror is a friggin' boss. So, even though I should have done Treeborn Enemy Controller combo, I felt it was a little early for that, so I just held off on it for a little bit just in case that he actually did draw into something and pop both of my cards. So I end up setting the enemy controller in case he pops one of my things and then tries to go and attack me. I can at least switch it to defense, or I can take control of his stuff before he starts comboing. But it turns out he has nothing. He sets a bunch of bluffs and I attack through them and it's game. Even if it was a Mirror Forcer or Deepers, I had Econ's face down to stop anything he could do next turn. So yeah, we move on to game 4, and he really wants to beat this deck, and I haven't even used the side deck yet. And I'm not sure if he side decked or anything, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, as you can see, I'm repeatedly giving him the rape by repeatedly beating his deck down. And yeah, he just can't do anything. And this turn, I draw the mother load of broken hands. As you can see, there's just absolutely no hope for him whatsoever. I go and I drop a Max C, and that basically seals the game, because I draw into a Super Rejuvenation, which I can then use to replenish my hand next turn. So even if I do overextend and neg myself a bunch, Super Rejuvenation will plus me back up to the point where I basically can't lose, unless he draws, like, Hopper combo, which by now I'm pretty sure he's not even running Hopper, because if he was, he probably would have used it by now. But, yeah. Basically ignoring that fact, I basically start to go off and do a bunch of stuff. He Veilers the wrong stuff, which you can tell he's not really familiar with facing Heretics. However, even if he was, he probably only would have won like 1 game off of me, just because of the matchup. But yeah, I start to go off on him, even if he had the Veiler here. I had the Darkness Metal and the Reborn to continue plussing, but whatever. I'm eventually going to run out of Monster Zones, just because I have so many options, and he just is powerless to stop me, and I'm destroying systematically all of his cards one by one. So in this regard, they are like Insektorz in the way they can destroy your opponent's, like half your opponent's field off of like 3-card combo in your hand, while still having like 3 25 and higher beat sticks on the field. And so he goes into Midst Defeat because he knows he got his ass kicked, and this is going to be the last game, I'm pretty sure, because he was... Yeah, you can tell why you don't want to do this all day. He's losing a bunch of rep off of me, which is also hilarious because, you know, 5 straight wins off of this guy is pretty funny. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this game went basically like the last game, where first turn I just start to go off and do a bunch of stuff that he has no answers for. So yeah, that's Heretics in a nutshell. Broken. Just the only word you need to describe them. I got a little bit lucky that he didn't have a bottomless or a warning here, but that doesn't really matter. So yeah, I just continue to wreck his entire board with Heretics, and yeah, he does have what turns out to be a bunch of set bluffs, except for that Book of Moon. But yeah, he doesn't really have any, outside of Book of Moon and maybe Warning I saw, he doesn't really have any protection, so it basically allows me to overextend a little bit when I'm doing stuff. And I find a creative way to go for game after thinking a little bit. I go Darkness Metal, special summon something else. Stephanie, I probably should have special summoned Gebeb, because Stephanie would be more useful in the grave than Gebeb, but it doesn't really matter because it's game anyways. I'm gonna attack, and then overlay for Super Express, Dreadnought, Cannon, Gustav Max, or however the hell you say that name. Like, were they high when they thought of his name? I don't know. Guess it's based off the Rocket Aero Express guy, but anyway, Heretics are broken, and as you can see, GG, he quits because he really doesn't want to play me again, and yeah, that's about it. I made up a couple cards for the side deck, so yeah, thanks for watching, and